Hello everyone, this is Nnena.
And I'm Ngozi, and welcome back to our channel.
Ejima, where we talk taste and travel. So today we're going to be talking about a few differences between Charlotte and Raleigh, North Carolina. If you're interested, stay tuned. So, as a few of you may know, I did move to Charlotte, North Carolina recently, okay? And I do really like it, okay? However, there are other parts of North Carolina where a lot of people tend to move to. Charlotte is the biggest part of North Carolina. However, second runner up, I hear a lot about the Raleigh-Durham area, okay? So specifically, Raleigh-Durham area is actually closer to the Northeast, okay? So it's like a 7.5 hour drive from us versus like 10 hours, which is Charlotte. And they do have a lot of things going on over there. However, as you see in our video, okay, we'll link in there, our vlog where we went to Charlotte. We also visited Raleigh for about a day because Ngozi was thinking about relocating there. So I just want us to go over a few of the major differences. So I don't mind Raleigh. I say it all the time. Like, I don't.
Why didn't you move there?
Because I never visited there. So you know what I'm saying? So I was more stuck on like, oh, Charlotte. Like that was just what I was more familiar with. Like I never went out my way looking to live in Raleigh-Durham. People would tell me things. I heard Durham has a lot of upcoming crime. You know, I would hear like certain things about it, but like I never went there for myself. That was my first time. So I just picked somewhere like, okay, I'm gonna stick to what I know. However, I do understand, you know, why there's such a difference. Like I understand why people would pick Charlotte, because Charlotte, I feel like just has more going on. Like it's more metropolitan. I feel like there's more things to do. I mean, the population, it's a city center. Okay, Raleigh just came off to me more of as like suburban, like for families, okay, for old grown people, you know, somewhere to like raise your family, kind of like where we're coming from now in New Jersey. So the advantage to me is just that the cost of living in Raleigh is cheaper than Charlotte. Significantly cheaper, you know? So that's something that, you know, if you're thinking about, you know, really cost and you want to get the most for your money, like Charlotte, like I keep saying, like especially to live like a metropolitan area in Charlotte, it's like affordable, but it's not as cheap as Raleigh. Like Raleigh has some apartments like 700, 800 with luxury. You can easily get luxury like for $1,000, and it would be like a really nice apartment. So that's one of the major differences I would say. But in general, why didn't you like Raleigh?
I just not that I didn't like Raleigh, but I just don't have the eagerness to move there. Like I'm not excited about it. Like after going outside, I was very keen on us visiting just to see how it is, because I've been to Chapel Hill like in high school when we used to play basketball, but I've never been to the actual Raleigh-Durham, and they're pretty close to each other, like half-hour drive. So I wanted to make sure like at this age that like I was comfortable, you know, with the environment, because you know moving is not, it's kind of a big deal. You know, you want to move somewhere that you're familiar with, not necessarily familiar with, but somewhere that you like. So going there, I just felt like everything was too far. I just felt like nothing was really walkable. Even being in Charlotte, Charlotte is big, but at least like there's areas that if you're willing to pay a little more money, or you're willing to, you know, you can go to areas that are very walkable. I just felt like Raleigh was somewhere you definitely needed a car. Like for the South, for the most part, you need a car. That's not the point, but I'm just saying I feel like everything was kind of far to me. They had a little downtown area was very empty. I don't know where this from, because of COVID, I think, because my friend I was with says usually like bustling and fun. And then we went to another area, North Hills. You guys saw that, really nice apartments. But there's Briar Creek, there's some other areas, but I just felt like, and also too, it's very residential, I guess that's the other word. Like there's apartment complexes, but it's not like I saw mostly homes and like townhouses, trees, because it's mostly families. But on the contrary, all my research I've done, you know, we gotta pull in, you know, dating, love, and relationships in this. From the research I've done based on a lot of vlogs I did even from last year when I was considering relocating there, is that it's actually better for Black women, Black men in terms of dating. And you know, we all know the statistics for the most part. Cities are usually not really good for dating, because people are into that fast life. People are coming from different places. People are thinking, like, you know, more about short term, about career growth. In terms of Raleigh, like when I read the article, it literally was named, Raleigh-Durham area was named one of the top 5 Black places for Black women in dating in the U.S.
Wow.
So like not, and I was thinking like,
everything is not about
but it kind of makes sense, because if you go somewhere that things are farther away, it's less to do,
you're bored,
you know, and then you have a high Black population. you know, down there versus Charlotte. I'm sure in the Charlotte metro area there's a lot of black people, but you know, like we said, there's a lot of foreign people, not foreign, but a lot of people come from different states. So it's like Charlotte is kind of white. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they have the black parts, but it's like they don't have. North Carolina as a state has a lot of black people compared to where we are up north. But I could see it. I could see the sense in it because Raleigh, Durham has a lot of, you know, black people, and then, you know, they have a lot of Africans, a lot of like Caribbean, a lot of like other like foreign black people as well, because it's more residential. It's cheaper cost of living. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. A lot of times the way they try to shut black people out is with cost. So you have somewhere that's nice, and not to say that I'm not saying black people are poor, but you know, there's a lot of systemic racism and a lot of reasons why like money doesn't come to us as easy as it does to other you know, ethnic groups. So when you start thinking about generational wealth, pay gap, all these things, systemic racism, exactly. So when you think about it, like a lot of black people, if they want to relocate, want to live somewhere, we want to live somewhere, we're going to get a bang for our buck. Like, we're not going to live somewhere just because it's, you know what I mean? Because we don't have that privilege, and a lot of other people have to just have that money that they're willing to spend $2,500 on an apartment just because they like it, you know? So like, that's the thing. Being at Raleigh, Durham is that it's cheaper, cost of living is more, you know, you feel more in the South, you know, being there. Charlotte's like a city. Yeah, it's definitely slower, you know, so I definitely think that in terms of, that was like the upside, I guess, that, you know, the lifestyle there is different.
Not just that, how about careers?
And yeah, careers, especially if you're in pharma, healthcare, it's really big down there. They have the Research Triangular Park, RTP, we drove through there. They have a lot of companies. They have like a lot of like in those type of jobs. So like in terms of certain sectors, like I said, if you're in healthcare, particularly like pharma, it's a great research. You know, your sciences is a great place because the jobs are like limitless. Like, it's overwhelming. Like, just how many jobs they have there for that sector. Like, they're very big on that. So, you know, I don't think it's bad. I'm applying to jobs there. If I get one, I get one, you know, but it's not like, I'm not like, oh my God, I have to be in Raleigh. Like, oh my God, like, I don't have that feeling after going there, because it was like, I don't know, it was just the day we went. It was like it was raining earlier. It was gloomy. It was just a little Friday, slow.
Maybe versus like a Saturday or Sunday.
So like, I don't know.
I mean, we have a friend that lives there, and she definitely prefers Charlotte too. So I can understand, but I just feel as if, okay, I still feel like Raleigh's better than here.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, what is your measuring stick? What are you comparing it to? Maybe other parts are better, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's not that easy just to go somewhere random. You don't know anyone either. You know what I mean? Even if you just know one or two people someplace, it makes a whole lot of difference. Because everywhere has things to do. Some have more. But it's like, if you're not friendly, you don't make friends, you're still not going to be doing anything. You know, you're just going to still be going to work. Of course, but certain
environments just make it, like we say, it's easier just to go out and do stuff. Like, you want to go somewhere, you're going to walk out, you're going to be able to see people that look like you.
There's more venues.
You know, more venues, there's more avenues, there's more locations, there's more people are into that, going out. You know, people value that, you know. But of course, I don't think that, you know, there are certain places I would never want to live in America. I don't doubt that. But I'm like, it's not like I wouldn't live in Raleigh. That's not what I'm saying. But like, it wasn't like that. They had the pros and the cons. Like, I listed the pros: a lot of good jobs, high paying jobs, you know, a lot of black people, a lot of quote unquote good social love life. The mentality there,
a lot of trees, a lot of nature.
Yeah. Downside, you know,
affordability
is very affordable. Downside would be, you know, doesn't seem like there's that much to do.
Social
Things
life.
are a little farther, you know, a little slower pace, you know. It's not like the city, it's not the number one city in North Carolina. So to me, that would be more of like my condensed pro and con list. So what are your cons with Charlotte? Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. I think the pros definitely like the location, and like, again, it depends where you live in Charlotte, right? So like, people live in parts of Charlotte that's far from things, you know what I mean? They probably have to drive 30, 35, 40 minutes to get to uptown, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just about my location in Charlotte. I love the location. I like that I can walk to things. I like that it's diverse as far as people from different places, so I don't feel like I sometimes forget I'm down south. Not saying I have anything wrong being down south, but I don't feel like odd. I don't feel
in the country.
Yeah, I don't feel like, oh my gosh, where did I go? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I fit in. I feel like it's a bit, you know, a bit diverse. Maybe not necessarily my area, but in general, other parts of Charlotte definitely more diverse, more black people. The cons, I feel as if like the pay, like some of the jobs for some fields are not as high, so that might deter some people. Cons is that it can be pricey. And then especially if you're trying to be in the uptown area, it gets pricey, so that could be a con. Another con I would say maybe would be certain parts, have crime, but that's everywhere. Like, like I hear a lot when I'm watching the news there about like East Charlotte, and there's always like it's ridiculous. In the past few weeks, like kids keep getting shot. Like somehow someone gets a gun and like kids keep getting shot. You know what I mean? So like stuff like that. Think everywhere you go, you still have to be careful. A con for me would be like they're very pet friendly. I don't like dogs. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like everywhere that you see like dogs all everywhere.
Yeah, so I think it just depends on I think anyone coming from Northeast, I think either one would be a great change. You're going to Charlotte or Raleigh. If you want to go to North Carolina, that's what we're familiar with. I think both of them would be like it's better than where I am. You know what I mean? I'm not doubting that, but when people leave in their comfort zone, sometimes you just want such a grand reason to leave. What you're familiar with. Even if I'm bored, where I am right now, it's my comfort zone. So it's what I'm familiar with. So even if I'm not every weekend turned and I'm not doing anything, I'm still with my family. I'm still in my comfort zone. I know where to go to groceries. I know where to go to the mall. I know where to send my mail. Everything is easy. So when you're going to kind of moving is a big inconvenience. You're inconveniencing yourself. You have to learn this area. You have to learn everything all over again. So if I'm gonna go through that whole big transition, it's just I want to go somewhere that actually is I'm excited to do it. I can't wait to meet new people. I can't wait to find this out. I can't wait to learn this. I can't wait. You're enthusiastic.
Maybe you like Houston better.
Yeah, I need to visit it. Supposed to visit it this month. Maybe it can still happen, but the tickets skyrocketed. But I always say for anybody, before you move anywhere, please visit. Even if it's for 1 day, even if it's for 2 days. I don't
think you can even really get it accurate, just being there, how we were there, just for 5,
it depends how big the area is.
I think it depends the area.
Really I think stay for a couple, even for a weekend, just so you can see what the weekend life is, if that's what you're into. You know what I mean? See how the environment is. Stay even for a couple of days, but I'm saying at least go. I can't. People do it up and say I'm moving here. You never been there. To me, that's kind of weird. I don't like it. Of course, you have social media now. You can research stuff, but it's nothing like you being there live and direct. Actually feeling. Everything to me is about vibes. I know how I feel when I go somewhere. I like this vibe. I don't like that vibe. And energy. And let's not get too meditational, but into the energy. So if I go somewhere, I want to know. I want good energy, and I know okay, this is for me. And if I don't like the energy, I know this is not really for me. But let us know how you feel. Charlotte versus Raleigh. Charlotte versus Raleigh. Are you considering relocating to North Carolina? Let us know.
And which one did you pick and why? What are your main? I'm just interested to really know comments why people pick one versus the other, and
there are the
or
two
if you live there,
areas.
what do you think? I know there's other parts, there's Greensboro, Winston-Salem, all these other places that people talk about, but I feel they just seem so small. Nothing really going on there. No disrespect. I just feel if I'm moving to somewhere, I want to be in the major part. Not everyone wants that. Some people want to be in the country. Some people want to be on the farmland. Some people want to buy houses in in the outskirts. Everyone has what they like, but I just want I'm young. I need a different type of vibe. I'm trying to socialize once in a while, meet people, do new things, have activities around me, have good food. Oh my gosh, Charlotte, the food. Oh my god, if it wasn't that I respect myself and I don't have money to be buying all my meals, I've never been in that type of environment where food is so accessible. You could just walk around.
New Jersey has good food.
But I
you
can't
just
walk
don't live in
it.
there. Yeah, Jersey got that's one of the Jersey got restaurants for days.
But
all types of food.
I feel Charlotte, I don't know.
Just because you're in the city, you could just accessibly get it. But
steakhouse,
Jersey stand up.
3 steakhouses right next to each
Jersey
other.
stand up.
Okay,
but yeah, let us.
Jersey then. So for anyone who's interested in our North Carolina playlist, we're gonna link it right here, and don't forget to watch it. We have a few videos talking about our experience in general, some vlogs, some tips, some advice. If you're moving to CLT. Also known
The
as
Queen
Charlotte.
City.
Yeah, and you need some tips or you want some advice, check out the playlist and let us know what you think. Okay?
But let us know how you feel. Don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.